I got some tea for you guys. I'm gonna wait though. But I got some tea. Let me know when you guys are here. I got some tea for you guys. I'm gonna wait though. I got some new information from what's going on right now. I got new information. I got some shit you guys might want to hear, but I'm gonna wait till there's a decent room. I got some information. This is you guys got to hear this shit. Lady T, Miss T, it's good to see you. I got your text. I, I'm glad you're okay. Well, I got some tea for you guys. They are, they are, I just got word. Listen to this shit. I'm glad I got the fuck up out of there. I'm glad I did. And I told you this was gonna happen. They're sending 2,000 National Guards in. I told y'all this was gonna happen. Y'all get ready. We're going into martial law. We're going into martial law. Everybody. It's not. They're gonna run a big play. They're gonna run a big play, you guys. Get ready. Get ready. And then what's gonna happen? They're gonna run that martial law, and then it is gonna start snatching motherfuckers up over them the deportation situation. No, it's getting crazy out here on the West Coast. It's getting crazy out here. I can honestly say that. It's getting crazy. Miss T, I posted a video. I already deleted it. I deleted that shit because listen to this shit. After I left the detail shop, I went to the fucking to the uh to the smoke shop to get some some pot or whatever. And when I went to the smoke shop, the ice motherfuckers was right there. They was running a play right in front of the dispensary. I get out the car and there's all types of shit popping. I can't make this shit up. So I tape the shit. I tape the shit and I post it. I post the video. The video damn near went viral. The motherfucker was with the fucking video almost, man. If I wouldn't have deleted it, it would already had did 1,000,000 views. It would have did 1,000,000 views by now. That's how fast that thing was moving. But it wasn't the fact that it was being shared. It was all the comments that was coming with it. It was all the negativity, all the fuck shit that was coming with it. So I deleted that shit because I don't want to be a part of that. I was just trying to give me some pot. I don't like none of this shit that was going on, and I'm not gonna let people be talking negative on my platforms. That's facts, and that's a sensitive subject right now. No way. I deleted that shit. You could go on my stories and see it if you want to. I have it on my stories. I can't, man. This everybody, just watch yourself. That's all I can say. Watch yourself. I can't improvise that. I can't. That's a fact. Everybody. This is a prequel of events. And I was on ground zero and I just saw some shit. This y'all get ready and the word is out right now that 2,000 National Guards are on their way to the city of Compton. What that sound like? Don't this shit sound like the 68 civil rights? This is a play directly out the civil rights shit, man. There's also a new COVID strain. That's why I said they about to run some crazy plays. It's about to get crazy. Y'all just get ready. Get ready. Get ready. I would just, I mean, get water, get food, this whatever. If you in a position you can get antibiotics and shit, I will get right. I will get right. This man, this is. I never thought it would get this crazy, but look at everything that's going on. So and look, no, you know, I'm not no politician, none of that shit. But how they just running, you know, man, how they running up in spots, that shit ain't right. They just running and snatching motherfuckers up. That shit ain't right. That shit ain't right. That's just my input on it. We have Hispanic people, our family. It makes me, yeah. It's not a game right now, at all. People are very evil in this world right now. Like I told you, Miss Tracy, today. I don't know if I told you about it. Oh, no. This has been a crazy day. I was at the fucking laundromat this morning, just washing my clothes and shit. Yeah, I come outside and shit. Someone just keyed my whole fucking car. I can't make this shit up. 5 minutes in the laundromat. Hey, I'm not out here on no weird shit or no crazy shit. You know what I mean? I ain't out here fucking with no hoes, nothing. I just be doing what I do. But I know one thing. I came out that fucking detail shop, that laundromat. My shit was keyed up. I had to go to the detail shop and pay $250 for a full compound, water, sand, and everything to get most of the scratches out. I got one scratch still kind of on the fender. I'm not tripping off of that. It's just the fact. People are evil. Is this a weird world? And I thank God I was able to take care of it because nobody wants to ride around with nasty scratches on their car. Obviously, it was. I mean, uh, yeah. Now, if I could say, oh, I've been fucking around with, because that's some woman shit. That ain't no dude shit. That's somebody with mental illness. I don't know. I have no idea. But those are traits of a woman. Do some shit like that. Maybe some lady was having a bad day. Maybe she was having a bad day and she saw me. And it could be one of those things. I have no idea. But I couldn't get upset. Only thing I could do is just charge it to the game. That's not even bad luck. I don't believe in that shit. That I know one thing, people do shit and there's things called karma. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that type of shit or whatever. I'm not upset. I took that motherfucker right to the detail shop. Man, how much this shit to get right? He said, I talked him down from 300 to 250. All right, I had to spend a little money. It sucks. I had to dip in the kitty and pull from it. It's whatever though. Let me tell you something. You can't be getting upset about materialistic shit. Shit happens in life. Us as humans, we get attached. We get attached to materialistic shit. We can't get attached to that shit. It's very unfortunate. Now, Now, if I would have ran into the person that did it, that's different. I was bummed when the shit happened and everything. I told the people at the laundromat because my car was right there in front of the cameras. So they should be able to pull the footage, whatever. You know, God don't like ugly. I'm not out there moving weird and doing no crazy shit. Hey, I was just at the wrong place at the wrong time and some weird shit done happened. You know what I mean? And I had to keep it pushing. I had to just keep that and not. Went and got it fixed at 250 bucks. But I told him do everything. Fuck it. Do the inside. You know what I mean? Do everything. Just fully detail the motherfucker. Get all the oxidation out. Go and hit the hood up and everything. They did a good job. They did a good job. I got to give it to them. They showed me love. You know. I took it like this. I needed to get it done anyways. You know what I mean? I already had told myself I was gonna get it waxed and compounded anyway. So it's a win anyways. And I'm gonna get it painted hopefully in August. I'll take that bitch up to Mako and let them run a little $600 paint job on it real quick. You know what I mean? A little quick spray over and shit and keep it going. Tell them to throw a coat of clear on that bitch real quick. But it's very unfortunate that it happened, you know. And I know me as an individual, that's how much I know that how much my growth as a human and as a man. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to pat myself on my shoulder how I handled this shit personally. You know what I'm saying? Because I really didn't let this shit fade me. I mean, I didn't like it, no, but I mean, I was like, well, fuck it. Discharge it to the game, you know. I mean, that's all I could do. Because guys, I mean, that's all I could really do. Because I mean, I can't worry about it. Because one thing I'm for sure, damn sure, certain. What comes around goes around. And the same shit that you do, it comes back to you. And it might not come back to you right then and there, but it's going to come back to you when you need shit to go right. If it makes sense. And I know about that shit personally. That's a fact. Let me put this phone on the charger, but I'm listening to you guys. Yep, karma. That shit is karma. I understand the rules of that. I don't even need to know that. Let me tell you something. I don't even need to know the outcome. I don't need to know what's gonna happen. Like whoever did that or whatever, I don't know. I don't even need to know their outcome. But I know that's on them. And I know another thing. You don't play with motherfuckers that be moving right and be minding their business, chosen ones and shit like that. You don't fuck with them. Cause go away. I'm trying to tell you, don't fuck with the chosen ones. That's why I'm not tripping. That's on them. Yep. They got to deal with that. Yep. They got to deal with that. And trust me, years ago, I would have been so upset. I would have been so upset. Drinking and shit. Oh, fuck these motherfuckers. Yada, yada, yada. Drilling myself. Trying to figure out who is it? Who could it possibly be? Putting hours and hours into that. That part right there. I'm gonna let God handle that. I will let God handle that. Shout out to B Gnarly. Man, crazy world. Crazy world. Yup. Tried to insult me, but it's not even my language. Yeah, it's go hell. Like, come on. That's why it's not even worth putting nothing into it. Hey, it's very important that you gotta master the craft of preserving your energy. You gotta get into that. Life is way easier and you gotta know when to really utilize that shit when you need to. Yep. And I can't even call that hate. I can't even say like, oh, that's, oh, someone was hating. I can't even say that because I don't move like that. You know what I mean? I'm really to myself. It's just one of those things. I just think I was at the wrong place at the wrong time and some fuck shit happened. Some spiritual shit. The devil and sent some bullshit in just to the devil will send plays in just to try to fuck up your day. That's facts. And I realize at 50, I realize that's why I'm like, I already know where this is coming from. So, okay, I got you. I got to spend this money. But I got to spend this money, but I'm not tripping. But I'm not worrying where this coming from. No way. Because there's a lot of decent things happen in my life that I can't complain about, like having a roof over my head, being able to pay my bills, having transportation, shit like that. I'm not tripping. And see when the devil, one thing, just like how God knows that you appreciate everything and that you move with the integrity and gratitude, the devil knows that also. And the devil will also do shit to try to break you and break your spirit. That's facts. So I understand that balance. I understand that. Anxiety. That, no way. I'm not going to be around here paranoid, anxiety, or depressed. No way. Are you kidding me? It sucked. Okay. It sucked. It sucked. I could have. I could have waited. My car still drove or whatever. But who wants to ride around with a nasty scratch on your car, especially if you have a nice vehicle? You know what I mean? So, you work hard. I'm a hard worker. Working 9 to 5. You know what I mean? I work hard for what little I do have. So what little I have, I appreciate it. And some people could see that on you. It might have been one of those things where I could have been minding my business. And some people, just like how I could read the room and see some dark shit. I could see if someone ain't moving right. They can also see it when I'm, I don't know if you call it a glow, but they also could see when I'm moving, just I'm a solid dude or whatever. They can feel that, be like, man, fuck this guy. It goes both ways. Shout out to Kim. But I'm not tripping at all. Especially when you're in your 50s, you can't like you can't be stressing and worrying and things like that. You can't do that. That shit causes high blood pressure. I don't have those types of issues, but I'm just saying you got to make sure you're running all the cheat codes. You got to make sure everything. No way, it's got to move different. You got to move different when you're at this age. Can't be so materialistic. I had nice stuff all through my life, and I took so many L's in my life, so it's like this ain't nothing. You know what I mean? I remember one time, Mardi Gras. This is a hate, and this was 20 some years ago. I remember this. 2002. I never forget that. I was on motherfucking Canal Street, Mardi Gras, flexing. I was flexing. I have paint on the whip. I was knocking, sounds bumping. You know what I mean? Got on Gucci and shit. I'm just doing my shit. You know what I mean? And I was flexing so goddamn hard. This guy came out of nowhere. He came out of nowhere, and he tried to. I'm telling y'all a true story. He tried to open my door, and I had the window cracked halfway, and he tried to open my door, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I was in the Civic hatchback. I was riding in the hatchback, and he tried to open my door up, so I rolled the window up and shit like that. So this motherfucker, he just started kicking my car. Just started kicking that shit for no reason and shit like that. And then when I sped off, he kicked out the headlight, the tail lights on my fucking Honda and shit. He had kicked a whole dent in the back panel. In the back panel and shit like that. And that was just some hate shit. I didn't know dude for Jack Knows Eve. I was just on Canal Street flexing. I was just going hard. And this a hater just came in and he fucked up my night, but I came back swinging though. I came back swinging the next fucking day. My ignorant ass, I threw that motherfucker right up in the body shop. Got that shit painted. Threw bigger rims on that motherfucker. I even came even harder. That was just some ignorant shit, but that's another story. But what I was saying, that I'm the type of person that weird shit always happen. Always happen. Being in bad environments and shit like that. Shout out to Miss Mitchell. That graphic right there, that's funny. I can share this story. That design right there is done by the legendary artist that did all the Parliament albums. All the Parliament the album covers, that's Overton Lloyd. That's his artwork. The same man that did all of George Clinton albums in the 70s. He did this for me. He did this for me right here. This is the UFO board. I need to bring this board back out. I need to bring it back out. No, it is. It is. And it was an honor. It was an honor when he did this board for me. And another fun fact, when I met George Clinton and I told him about Delic, he already knew about Delic and he said he had a board. He said he already had a Delic board because of this board. He was like, already got one. I got a whole picture. Man, where's my iPad? When I met George Clinton, I chilled with him and everything. Let me see if I can find that shit in the vault. That's facts. Remember that day I told you guys I showed up at Hurricane Katrina? Remember that day, the Katrina story? Here's the photo. Here's the actual photo. Oh shit, I gotta take the green screen off. I gotta take this off. Hold on. This is the actual photo when I showed it to my house during Hurricane Katrina. Remember I told you guys when I started crying, and then I told the homie, when I told him to take that photo, I said, all right, I'm done crying. I said, take this picture. This is it. This is no way. That's September 21st, 2005. New Orleans, Louisiana. Facts. That was an album cover too. That was an album cover. But I'm just keeping it 100. Just keeping it 100. Just keeping it 100. I hope I can find that photo. There go a throwback. When I ran into MC8 from Compton's Most Wanted at the dispensary. I was buying some weed and ran into this motherfucker. We did some music together though. That's not our first encounter. That's not our first encounter. Shout out to 8. You know what I'm talking about. I was like, let me go ahead and run that receipt real quick. I got some shit up in the vault. I got shit up in the vault. Let me see. Shout out to One Take. He remember that. I was live streaming when that happened. I sure was. Look. Once upon a time, I was moving like this. Once upon a time. Come on, man. Are you guys kidding me? Wait till you hear my story. Are you kidding me? That's like, no way. Shout out to One Take. But it's coming up. I know that photo's right around here. Oh shit, I can fuck the game up right here. You guys want to see something crazy? I can show you something crazy right here. You here for this One Take? I got a good receipt right here. I'm glad I documented this. Here we go. Hold on. I can tell you guys the first time I ever streamed. I can tell you guys the first time I ever turned this fucking camera on. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. Like, literally. I'm into documenting shit. Okay, no, that's the first one then. I just want to make sure. This timeline is right. Okay. There's nothing prior to that. I wasn't live streaming yet. I wasn't live streaming during none of this. All right, let's go back. This is my first stream right here. I'm about to timeline this shit. That's crazy. I found that shit. Boom. This is it right here, y'all. This is my first stream ever. January 14th, 2015. This is on a PlayStation. This is the first time I ever turned that fucking PlayStation on, and I was just trying to figure it out. This is on Ustream. This is on Ustream. I wasn't even playing music. I was not even playing music. I was just. Now, this is. I'm about to give you another. I'm a timeline this. This is my second stream right here. Where's my. Hold on. This is my second stream ever. My second stream, I got 39 followers. And this is on Ustream, if anybody remembers Ustream. That's 10 years ago. So it's 2015. So I easily been running plays for 10 years now. Okay, that's cool. I didn't know that. I had no idea, but we could timeline it. My second stream was with my homegirl, Beach McGee. That's facts. I had her come through. This is early in the game. Early. You see, it was just a record player. That's all it was. It was just a record player, you guys. Look, this is my first record stream. This is the first time I ever played records. This is the introduction to my thing called Vinyl Life 10 years ago. This is the actual first stream. And if you guys look, there's just records everywhere. With that shitty ass couch. One Take, do you remember this? This is my very, very first stream. One Take wasn't even around for this. How about that? One Take, you wasn't even around for this. I would just play records, you guys, and drink beer. I would just play records. Look, now this is my third stream. This is my third stream right here. Wait. This is my third stream in 2015. 15,000 views. This is my third stream. And you see that? 15,000 views. We talking way back in 2015. I'm running. You see these numbers? No, we could run this. This is a good timeline. This is a good one. Look, this is all on the PlayStation. This is all on a fucking PlayStation. This is 10 years ago. I was standing in front of the camera, drunk as fuck. Drunk. This is a different Anthony, you guys. This is an Anthony that's dealing with depression. This is a different Anthony. I'm trying to get it right. I'm trying to get it right at this point. I wasn't right. You guys have no idea. I was definitely a broken soul at this point. And that's the truth. I did this. A lot of people don't know about. I just saw that photo. Where is that at? $2015. There's something else I want to show you guys. Here you go. I got a good receipt right here. I want to make sure I show you a real good one. You see these skateboards, you guys? Every skateboard that you see me in the background, I sold on live feed. Every skateboard in that photo, I sold on live feed. I did a 24-hour feed selling skateboards. Y'all don't hear me. Every skateboard, I sold out. I sold out. This is my first one. I did 10 of these. I did 10 of these on a fucking PlayStation. On a fucking PlayStation. This is when I met George Clinton. This is when I met the Godfather. That was like meeting the president. That was like meeting the president to me. Still the man. Trying to find some other shit. Look, this is Mardi Gras 2003 when I was hanging out with Todd Bridges from Different Strokes. Different Strokes. Me and my homie Sean Key Ben, we ran into that motherfucking Willis. Remember Willis from Different Strokes? Smoked a whole blunt with that motherfucker. That's a fact. This is 03. This is 03. Are you kidding me? Hey. Hey. He asked me where the he asked me where the weed was. I said, yo. I said, that's cool, but can we take a photo? I was like, can we get a photo? Can Young Ant get a photo? We have the disposable camera. Come on. Yeah, hey, that's on a disposable. That's the disposable. Look how grainy that shit is. That's a disposable camera. That's how pictures look back in the day. That's right on Bourbon Street. That's facts. I fuck with Willis. That's my dog. I always told motherfuckers that Willis was cool as fuck. He was cool as fuck. I got all types of shit. I got all types of shit. Look at young Ant back in the day in the streets. Look at Young Ant back in the day in the streets. Look at Young Ant in the streets back in the day, Ms. Mitchell. Come on. Look at Young Ant all in the streets. Come on, man. Come on, man. Hey. don't have me going to my vault. Don't have me going to that motherfucker, because I got a vault. I got a vault. There is no doubt. Don't make me do you like that. It's nasty work. I'm not gonna do you too dirty. Come on, my story is great. It's great. Come on. No. I should cut my beard again. I've been thinking about it. 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 Boy, you guys have no idea. This story that I got to tell is crazy. Crazy. Wait, dude. Come on, man. Don't have me do you like that. Don't make me do y'all like this, for real. Don't make me do you like that. I've never been no fucking sucker. Never have. I never will be a sucker. Like, for reals. I could go blow for blow with anybody when it comes down to the ladies and the journey. We could pull receipts out. Like, I've never been a sucker. I've never been a sucker. Ever. Wait, oh, and this is when I'm on tour with Sneaker Pimps with K-Swiss. I'm on tour with K-Swiss. Don't have me do it. Like I said, my vault is treacherous. Treacherous. Y'all wait for my book, though. Y'all wait for it. I swear, like, y'all just wait for it. I just got a great story. I got a great story. I ran the streets once upon a time, you guys. I ran the streets. I mean, I did that. Been there and did that, and I did it when it was supposed to be done. I did it when it was supposed to be done. And I think I did it right. I took a lot of L's in this journey. A lot of L's. A lot of L's. A lot of L's. A lot of L's. Tons of L's. But guess what? I wouldn't change not one motherfucking thing. None of it. It's a cold game, but it's fair. See, the thing about me, I just got receipts of my journey. You know what I'm saying? I was always taking pictures. I was always snapping. A lot of people wasn't documenting. And see, I lost so much. My thing was, I lost so much in Katrina I made sure that that wouldn't happen again. So ever since Hurricane Katrina, I was documenting everything, everything, everything. These are all the journeys after the storm, after Katrina. I was always big into like, nah, this time I'm gonna capture everything properly because I lost so much in the storm. I can't. I lost all my trophies. I lost all my skateboard history. I lost everything. So it's like, nah, I'm gonna get me a whole new receipt book. I'm gonna get me a whole new receipt book, and we're gonna fill that shit up with a lot of good gems. And people used to always ask me, why are you always taking pictures? I always kept a disposable on me. I always did. Always did. This some old 95. This is my first spot in 95. This some 95 shit right here. You know what I mean? Young in the game. With the 1 bedroom joint. That was my first spot. Yeah. I love showing this part of the game. I love sharing it with y'all right now. I think this is cool. Because I'm an old head now, so it holds value. This shit holds stock right now. That was that was during a house party. That was during a house party, that photo. That was during one of my house parties, for sure. I remember them days. I remember them days. Thank you, Miss Kim. Thank you, Miss Tracy, and everybody. Look, this is when I did another board. All these boards are boards. That's all boards I sold on live stream. These are all the boards I sold on live stream. That's why people be asking me to do this again. See, these are all boards in my catalog you guys never seen. Y'all never seen these designs. You build, you buy. Somebody picked this board out right here. For $100, you got a whole complete skateboard. And the trick about it, you could pick what color trucks, what color wheels, what color grip tape. And here's the thing, I will put the board together for you on live stream. I will put the board together for you on live stream. Absolutely. And these are different boards that they were buying. And they were picking these colors. They were picking it. I would look at the feed and the people say, let me get that memory lane board with the burgundy grip tape and put the burgundy wheels on there too. And let me get those burgundy trucks also. And I would have all the stuff right there on the table. I can't make this up. These are all boards. I just stopped it because I was doing it on a PlayStation, but there was too many haters on that thing. So I just stopped it for a minute. And I'm about to bring it back though. Since we're doing it on a direct feed, I'm about to bring this back. You can't make money when there's tons of hate coming through. But in August, after I get my monetization back, I will be bringing this back. Yeah, I did a whole Christmas feed. I did a whole Christmas feed, and kids were they were getting boards, delic boards for Christmas. I was getting photos of kids opening up the boards that they got for Christmas. That Christmas rush. I did a stream right before Christmas and killed the game. Killed it. Like, really killed it. I'm not even bullshitting you. Oh yeah. Y'all remember I used to tell y'all I used to be a school teacher? Y'all used to say, I always told you I was a school teacher. Here's my receipt. This is me in my classroom with my students. This is a real receipt. Yeah, I used to be a teacher. Cold game, huh? Cold game. Cold game. Wait till you hear my story. Like, that's all I got to say. It's been a long ride. This journey has been something else. This has been something else. Crazy. That's why I can tell y'all I ain't seen some shit. Yes, I used to be a PE teacher. From kindergarten all the way to the 8th grade. For about 5 years. That's facts. Where's that photo? I just saw another photo from that time. I just saw another one. What is that, right here? I'm trying to show you guys some pictures when me and the students, we went to the governor's mansion and shit like that, and we ate at the governor's mansion of the state of California. Like, that was a cool trip. Look what I used to drink. I used to drink back in the day. Look what's in my hand, y'all. Look what's in my hand. Woo-wee! Are you kidding me? Man, a long time ago, man. That's a long time ago. Man, I used to be on that shit tough. On that shit tough. I'm going to show y'all one more picture. I'm going to keep it pushing. Look, I'll give y'all this little throwback. When I went to the prom back in the day, this is me at my prom. You see me? You see young Ant? You see young Ant at the prom? You see young Ant at the prom? Woo! Come on, man. I always will keep a baddie on the team. Are you kidding me? Don't let me get started. Let me shut up now. Let me shut up. Shout out to Miss Vivian. I ain't drank in 10 years. Ain't drank in 10 years. And don't plan on doing it anytime soon. Thank you, Miss T. You got me blushing. I drove the 5.0 to the prom. I drove the 5.0 convertible to the prom. I got those receipts too. I got those receipts. I was getting my cane on because, you know, come on. I was getting my Menace to Society on. We had the motherfucking 5.0 drop top V8 in that bitch. Everybody with the Magic Mountain the next day. I love the 80s and the 90s. Miss Melissa, that shit was fire. That shit was fired. That shit was fire when there was no internet. When everything was in real time, that's when it was king. That's when it was king, when everything was in real time. No internet. You know, everybody took L's back in those days. Everybody got L's that they don't talk about. There was no, you can't afford to take an L right now. You take an L right now, it's possible that someone gonna see that L. It might be a camera that catch that L. You're kind of fucked right now. You can't even take a proper L right now. That's a fact. You can't even take a legit L. You cannot even take a legit life lesson right now. There's no way. Everything is in real time. Everything. Only way you see the past the way you thought it was gone. Nobody lives in the past. But it's good to have some memories. It's good to reflect. That's facts. And it's good to see your L's and remind yourself what you overcame. So guess what? You never forget the past. But you don't let the past hold you back. That's the problem. If you're the type of person you let the past hold you back, then that's something wrong with you. You can't forget the past because the past is the playbook. That's the whole playbook. All the scrimmages, all the special teams, everything is in the playbook. Because you already took the L's. So you can't forget. Facts. Memories, the playbook. Who reminds you of your L's? Everything reminds me of my L's. Everything. What the fuck are you talking about? I remind myself. So we make sure we don't go back to them L's. I make sure. It's a lot of L's. And guess what? You could turn a lot of L's into wins. That's bad shit. You ain't never gonna win if you ain't been through some shit. That's a fact. That's a triple fact. If I went through all my L's, I wouldn't be what little I do have, My mental, I wouldn't have this right now. This appreciation of life and shit, I wouldn't have it right now if I wouldn't have went through all the fuck shit. So I appreciate all my L's because I appreciate who I am right now. That's facts. I love the turnout. But I understand every single L had to happen. Even if it's self-inflicted. It's the journey. And let me tell you something. 90% of my L's, matter of fact, 95% of my L's are self-inflicted L's. Once you realize that, you know what you got to do to fix that. That's an easy fix. Once you realize you've been jamming yourself up, you've been fucking yourself up. You're the reason why this is no. Once you realize you wouldn't have been hanging out with these motherfuckers, that wouldn't have happened. You wouldn't have. Everything boils back to you. Once you start taking responsibility and stop pointing at everybody else, that's when the game changes. And that's when the L's turn into wins. And guess what? I ain't took too many L's. I took an L today. I took an L today with my car getting scratched. That's an L. That's a crazy L. But guess what? Fuck it. I turned it into a win. Got my shit fixed. Take L's every day. You're not human if you don't take an L every now and then. If you don't take an L every now and then, you're not human. There's gonna be bumpy days. Shit's gonna happen. And when those things happen, you got to adjust. You got to adjust and run with it. No way. You can't worry about L's and shit, because guess what? When you worry about it and shit, you become stagnant. You become very stagnant. If you love yourself enough, you ain't gonna worry. I mean, you're gonna be like, damn, that's some fucking bullshit. Okay, you worry about it for a second. You assess and fix the situation. Again, this car situation, peep this shit out. I was upset. I assessed, right? I assessed it and I looked at it and I said, okay, well, you could get it done later. And then guess what? Every day you wake up until you get paid or whatever, you go outside and look at your car, you're going to be pissed off. Because you're going to see this huge ass scratches going all on your car. You're going to be pissed off. Neither you could just wait or you can assess and just, hey, go ahead and fix this shit right now. That way this shit is already over with and you ain't got to worry about it. You understand what I'm talking about? You can't let shit hold you down. Fix the shit or whatever it is. If whatever the situation in your life ain't right or whatever, fix the shit and keep it pushing. You only you only got a certain amount of time on this motherfucking planet. Don't waste that shit over some bullshit. Cause guess what? The energy that you blow, you're gonna need that shit later in life. That's facts. Keep it pushing. Just keep on pushing. I would have been way upset if I just came home and blew some CBD or whatever and got on the stream with y'all. I would have been way more upset. I would have been talking about this shit like, oh man, fuck bullshit, this and that. I got to get this shit fixed, yada, yada, yada. And then every time I go outside, I got to see that bullshit. No, that's an eyesore. That's an eyesore. Don't be worrying about shit you can't control. Only thing you can control, the only thing you can control is your happiness. That's it. That's the only thing you can control. Is your happiness. And that's facts. All got Gladys Knight singing in my head. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Is it okay if I take like a little 10-minute break and run to the smoke shop and grab some blunts and I'll come back on the feed? Will you guys come back? I just need 10 minutes. I mean, literally, I just need to walk across the street and grab some guards and I'm gonna turn it back on. Now I'll play a couple of tracks and smoke some green with you guys. I just need 10 minutes. Okay. I might cut my beard off, Ms. Mitchell. I'm not ready yet. In a couple of weeks, I'm going to cut it off, though. It's not time yet, but it's coming. I'm going to go back to the old school goatee. The old 2001 goatee. The Frankie Beverly edition. The Frankie Beverly is coming. I love being happy. I do. You goddamn right. It's a good feeling. And guess what? When you don't worry about so much stuff, you make better decisions in life. That's facts. When you assess shit and you take your time with shit, you really make better decisions in life. You know? Like, I just didn't make a lot of good decisions because when you're not thinking right, when you're drinking all the time and stuff, you make terrible decisions. Terrible, you guys. And I promise you guys, these last 10 years, especially these last 5 years, I probably made some of the best decisions ever in my life. Ever. And that's why I campaign to everybody, you know, fuck that alcohol. You know, there's nothing wrong with smoking and shit like that, but we don't need that alcohol in your life. You know what I mean? Hey, we only got one shot at this thing. The clock is running. Don't waste that shit drunk and all that other shit. You don't want to miss this thing called life. Enjoy this shit second for motherfucking second. And this is something I had to learn late in the game. But guess what? Better late than never. Better late than never. This shit is awesome. This thing called life is awesome. Make the shit work to the fullest. And you can slow it down. You can slow the clock down. You can slow the shit down. It's facts. You can slow your clock down. How about that? You can slow your clock down. See, and that's a testimony. And shout out to One Take. My homie, my bro ain't drinking in over a month, I'm assuming. A couple of months. You know what I mean? I've been campaigning to him, you know. And see, I'm happy for him. Because I'm a testimony. He was around when I was dealing with the alcohol heavy and shit. And in no way. And my dude was there when I actually put that shit down. When I was like, you know what? I'm good. I'm straight on this shit. When I was really at that point, when I really got to that point, just one day I just got to that point, was like, you know what? It's a wrap. It's a wrap. And you know where that came from? Had nothing to do with the alcohol. I got tired of making bad decisions for myself. You know what I mean? 41, 42 years old, still making terrible decisions. No way. And the best thing I ever did was put that alcohol down. When you put the alcohol down, you start seeing a lot of. You put down the alcohol, you go into isolation, and then when you do that, you start seeing shit for what it is, and that's a fact. I didn't like that last hangover. I was supposed to go snowboarding, but I was too hungover. That's what I'm saying. One take. Fuck that shit, dude. I appreciate the fact that that God has allowed me. I know some people don't believe, but I'm a true believer. That God has allowed me to get on the board and ride around one more time in my 50s. That's like a gift. That's a gift because God knows I love skateboarding so goddamn much. So what kind of reward? What kind of reward can I give this man? That's how I feel. Like I'm being rewarded and allowed it to do something one more time. I would be very bummed if I didn't take that opportunity. If I didn't listen to my conscience and put that alcohol down and start changing my ways and really get on that skateboard again. I'll be bummed if I would be like 51, 50 right now on the sidelines watching everybody else do it. And I'm like reminiscing about back in the day. No. The best thing I did do was look at myself and get my shit together and enjoy the ride one more time. Yeah, a lot of people's messed up off drugs. I'm going to the store. One take, 10 minutes. I'll be back, you guys. 10 minutes. So I'll be back at 9:03. I'll be back at 9:03. I'll see you on a sec.